Okay, and we are recording. So again, thank you all for being here. A couple of guys couldn't join us today. They were a little busy, and but I'm glad that we are able to do a second review on your script. So let's go ahead and get started with CM. Are you okay with that? All right. So, oh, Cecilia. Sorry, I will refer to you as Chopper. No, I know. Yeah, I see how that can be confusing. Sorry. Well, okay? What do you prefer? Okay. I mean, I thought that was your preference. That's why I went with that. Sam. Okay, I can see that. CM9. It's okay. It's all good. All right. I'm like, no, I don't. All right. Yeah. Let's start with you. Um, Talk to us about the changes that you made on your script. Did everyone have the chance to read it? By the way. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we see her in the same position, but the story is progressing on a different point of view. All right. Yeah, I saw that. It's actually 13 and 7/8, maybe the whole 14 pages. Um, yeah. Maybe cut. I don't know where you. It's kind of tied to tell you that. I mean, the story itself it's kind of tied, just to say, well, try to cut off some fat because it's pretty tight as it is. But I don't know if anyone has any thoughts on what can we maybe trim a little bit. cutting the flashback will definitely reduce this at least one page. So maybe not cut it entirely, but try to um, summarize it a little better, so it's not as extended. I don't know if that will be possible because it's a flashback. It's pretty much an expositional tool for us to gather what's going on, uh, and we always want that, especially in short stories. So again, maybe not cut it entirely, but try to trim it down a little bit. Just cut elements that you feel are not kind of clicking, I guess. Um, that's a Mexican family right there, man. um, mhm. And I don't know if you were going for this, but let me put a little context on that. I know I cracked a joke about the Mexican family and all this stuff, but it's very traditional. I mean, I'm from Mexico City, and it's very traditional that you get to see children staying at home until well into their late 20s. And yeah, well, for different reasons. It's not a cultural thing now; it's an economical thing, the way you see it now. But where I'm going with this is that the physical punishment, the belt, la chancla or whatever they call it, it's like a very common thing that you see parents, Mexican parents, especially in a very traditional family, to apply to their children, even when they're like adults or considered adults. So it's not really that far fetched, or I don't find it that far fetched, and it falls within the story as well. That story of abuse is gonna be a little hard to watch once we see it on screen. Uh, but I think it's gonna bring the story home in regards of that creepiness and eeriness of seeing someone being abused that way. Uh, I I did get that feeling. Yeah. Um, hmm Maybe we can make her a little older, maybe a couple of years older. 29. Okay, cool. Okay, okay. No, no, I don't think that will help the story at all. I think that in her like mid 20s, I think that will be a good age. Um, but other than that, I don't. I mean, again, I think it's gonna be kind of hard to watch that abuse. Uh, but I do want to see it on screen because it's gonna be a essential part of the story and what's going on. Um, mhm. And I feel more connected to that kind of horror, like what can actually happen, as opposed as oh it's a ghost or it's a demon or something. You know, I feel more threatened by someone with a gun or someone with a knife or with ill intentions because that's horrifying, dude. You don't know what they're gonna do or what's going through their head. Um, and that's something that can actually happen rather than oh it's a supernatural thing. I'm not saying it doesn't have its merit. Of course it does. The supernatural portion of it has its merit. But to me, where it lands the true horror is when you can physically interact with someone that is not that has ill intentions. So, so I think that portion is it's good. It's great. And of course, we're talking about a dancing devil here, so the supernatural has to be there, which is cool. Mm. The one time you had one job. You wanted to be you wanted to be first a silhouette, and then on the second view to actually see his face or barely see his face. Okay. Yeah, it will be like the big reveal. Okay, cool. Wow. Like a tilt down, just revealing the goat feet. Oh yes. Mm-hmm. Um, there is what movie? Well, it's used in a bunch of movies, but they use like a shadow to. They don't show the actual person, but they just show the shadow transforming and morphing into whatever else. So that's always really cool to show, and it's very eerie to show it like that. Eh, what else are you gonna do? That's the life, man. What else are you gonna do? All right. Anyone else? Any other notes? No. Cool. Okay. So go go for it, man. Go for it. Mm. All right. Okay. Uh, Michael, you want to go next? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. I just have an it's a question. It's a question mark really. How do you envision doing the Spanish and the English at the same time? Do you just want to do subtitles, or you want to have the same voice being overlapped, or that's something and I'm just curious about that. We can do either way, but I'm just curious about how did you envision it? Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, yeah, I've seen those stylized subtitles in some movies, and that's a good idea. That'll be pretty cool. Um, mhm. And at some point, she even said that I think she was saying so and so and so. She kind of translated herself, and that can be she's technically speaking to the audience, what translating what the so you want this old lady to speak entirely in Spanish, no English or anything in that regard. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Yeah, and it's not a fully fledged translation. It's just like I think he said so and so, or he or she was talking about something like this or whatever, with a little bit that they understood from whatever she was saying. So way off. Hmm. Yeah, that can break the tension a little bit. Now, in regards of the flashbacks, you included how many? Three, I think. Two. Mm-hmm. We can set someone on fire. Yeah. Um, I mean, we can find a way to do it. It might be a little far fetched. I'm more concerned about the house being on fire. Um, mhm, mhm. Uh, well, doing it. I prefer doing things practically. Like it just for several reasons. The first one is that um, if you don't have a good CGI artist, it's gonna look like shit. It's not gonna look good. That's inevitable. It's gonna look fake, and it's gonna take everything out. Um, Number one. Now, the caveat of doing things and practical is that it's very costly. It's going to take a lot of money to burn a house, and I don't think it's going to happen. So, I mean, finding a way to create that is going to be a very big challenge. Um, we can create some kind of fire in the foreground, and create the melting just like they did in Riders of the Lost Ark, when they created like an entire prosthetic out of, I think it was wax, and then they wear it with hair blowers, just melting the face, and it took like 15 minutes, and then they fast forward that. Uh, it was like an entire ordeal. That might be a way to do it, but I don't know if that's gonna take away from the story. The point is, I don't want it to make it look cheesy or unrealistic. Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. Oh yeah, yeah. Right. I mean, there's different ways with that we can approach that. It's something that we'll probably have to test, and see which one is going to work better. And of course, it's going to have to come down or boil down to how much money we have to literally burn. So, um, I mean, if we are able to get enough money to that we can build a like Chopper said, like a model and then burn it down. I will go with that. I will definitely, because that will give us some a physical object that we can actually shot and then do forced perspective or something. Um, if it's going to cost the same amount of money to build a model than to build the face of a house and then burn it down, then let's go with the full scale house and burn it. But that will imply firefighters and fire hazard and all that stuff. So it's a complicated thing. So I'm going to put a question mark on that for now. Not, I mean, I want to see it done, but we need to figure out a way to do it safely, practically, and cheap. Those are the three things. If it turns out that we can't, then we'll have to think of something else. Hmm. I was thinking something like that. I was thinking something like that, like the Unreal Engine. Um, I don't know where there's a screen in San Antonio or close to that we can use, but that is a possibility. Uh, El Mandalorian, yes. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, if you can get that information to us and see, because we need to talk money most first and foremost. Uh, okay, maybe. I mean, we'll talk. We'll talk. I'll talk to them and see if we can. Okay, cool. Thank you. Richard, you were gonna say. Hmm. 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 No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. That is actually pretty cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, when he throws the bro line. Uh, Me too. I never heard of it until last year. Oh, he's from LA. Yeah. Okay. Hold- yeah. Yeah. Just make him, and to be inclusive, he doesn't need to be white. You can make him any other ethnicity. Um, just one tiny note on the dialogue. There's a part when they are like, "Okay, babe. Okay, yes, baby." And they keep repeating the same word, "babe," one another. A little too much for my taste. I don't know if anyone saw that as well, but oh, it was so annoying. Okay. Boo. Oh gosh. Please stop. uh, uh-huh. It's, and they're a little more bearable now, but thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, just whenever you need to go, just go ahead, Art. Thank you. Like, like straight up. Okay. Anyone else? No. All right. Okay, Mike. You have your notes, so let's go ahead and move on. Chopper, why don't you go ahead and walk us through your new script? Okay. Um, I Go ahead. if you just to touch on that, if you have never taken any art classes, photography, drawing, painting, or anything like that, um, they usually what they make you do is you do your piece and they put it in front of the entire class, and the entire class go through it and destroy it entirely. Uh, because they critique your technique, your coloring, your framing, all that stuff. They destroy it, and that is so you are used to the criticism that you're going to receive on your piece. Um, the it, and it's a very similar thing here. Is like the critique that we were putting on your piece is not, or that we are putting on everyone's piece, is not nothing personal. It's just like what we see and we want to improve upon, and there are some elements that can be changed, and it's up to you to take it or leave it. But anyways, that aside. Hmm. Agreed. Cool. Love it. Dude. Anyways, going back to the script, that aside, uh, what resonated with me a lot is like the very end, the very last line, because that's something you actually said to me when we first talked about this project. We were talking about the La Lechuza and the urban legends and all this stuff, and you almost verbatim spewed out that same sentence to me, that you have to believe it to work. That actually resonates with me a lot. I do love that. It's almost like a punchline. It's like you if you don't believe it, it ain't true. But if you believe it, it becomes true. That's almost the subtext that is being given with this line, and I love it. I just really like it. The story is it's a little tighter than the previous one, um, but yeah, it kind of still needs to you still need to trim a little fat of the dialogue and the action. But I think it's a lot better than the previous one. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Uh, it's almost like the what they call it, the law of attraction. When they say, well, if you believe in it, then it's gonna happen. I'm like this guy. Anyways, okay. Anyone else? Mm-hmm. A cou- a I also think that the going with a slasher approach, I'm sorry, will benefit the story a lot. Will make it a little more dynamic, if you will. But mm, okay. Mm, some sexy talk, yeah. Uh, No, again, I think it can benefit if you go that route. The only thing that I will suggest is not going too campy with it. Not doing like the I don't know, the Michael Myers. No, not the Michael Myers, but what's the other one? Jason, um, or Freddy Krueger esque type of thing. I think those are a little too campy. I mean, yeah, they have that gore and that slashy feeling, but just be careful not to touch too much into that side. And yeah, I mean, we are not opposed to having sex scenes, sexy talk, all that stuff, because that's part of what people do. They have sex. So, um, but yeah, I mean, that will be my only thing. It was a little more serious, yeah. Hmm. Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, what I'm saying here is like, uh, I mean, because you've seen a slasher and you know what to expect from them. Then the point is to defy those expectations into something that it feels unique yet familiar at the same time. And I know that's a challenge, and it's kind of um, paradoxical to say it like that. But it can be done. I mean, you if you do it on your own style and your own ideas and just borrow from other slashers, I think you can have something really good in here. Because let's just have it's a monster that allows you to explore that kind of story, just by the mere nature of being a monster, or an inhuman monster, I guess, if you will. So just, I mean, think about it. Think what you want to do. Um, Slashers are a lot of fun to shoot, man. They are. So think on what you want to do. uh, but yeah, I mean, uh, they can be a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah, he did. Um, you get. Hmm. It doesn't have to be necessarily an actual live owl. You can still put some kind of imagery, just to allure that image of the owl lady and stuff, like just sprinkle here and there. And it doesn't have to be even fucking in the foreground. You can like put it in the background, just something very subtle. Hmm. Just yeah, three is the magic number. Correct. Yes. um yeah, just something very subtle. It doesn't have to be like on your face type thing. Just something that is like a subconscious thing, and it can be in the background and back of our heads. Ooh. Cool. All right. Anyone else? Any other notes, comments? No. Okay. Uh, no problem, man. Richard, go ahead, man. Well, it's like one way or the other. You either put more or take it off entirely. It's like how what they say, go big or go home. um, for the children. Hmm. Right. Which is not to confuse with Halloween. It used to be back in the day, when I was a kid, a similar tradition to Halloween where children will go around asking for not candy per se. It was more like money, They're like, hey, can you give me for my little skull? That's what they call it. And adults will give him money so they could save. The main thought is that this, so they could save for whenever they pass, they won't go poor into the afterlife. So they will go with a little I don't know, a container, and they will just ask for a little money, and adults will give him money. Very similar to the Halloween trick or treat, except that this one is not like, oh, if you don't give me anything, I'm gonna uh, uh, trick you into or do something to you. Anyways, that's a side note. But yeah, just making sure that if we're talking about children, that will be ideal to talk about the children day of the date rather than the adult one. Um, I thought I really liked the story to begin with. I didn't think there was too much to add or subtract to it. Uh, yeah, the machetes were like a thing, but I mean, I'm okay with more rather than none or none at all. Either or, I'm okay with. It's just, if we're gonna have him there, let's just have him there. Yeah, and it's cool. I'm okay with that because that's just a little layer to the story. Um, Other than that, I think the ending was really good. I really liked that ending. Um, and you kept it, right? Yeah, yeah. You kept the ending. Okay, cool. Um, mhm. It was good. Yeah, the I think the bedroom part. Mm. Yeah, I do also think that it flow a lot better than the previous version. Um, you can follow the action a lot better, at least on paper. Um, and in regards of the like Michael said, all the people dying the same day and then going out. You always have someone that acts stupid on the day off. you know, I'm just saying it's not uncommon to see something like that. But right, correct. Um, she needed some convincing, but yeah, I mean, mhm, mhm. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. I don't see anything that I would change except for the November 2nd to November 1st. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I don't see anything else. Um, but that's just because I like the story to begin with. Um, uh, it flows really nicely. I think we can stick to this one actually. Um, mhm. Mhm. The going with what Chopper is saying, the way I actually saw it, it was like they were deformed or burned or like with marks on their faces and stuff, and their clothes are all turned up, and with the machetes and their hands. Um, and the beauty of that is that the machetes are just like a prop, really. We can shoot it with and without and see which one works better. Well, I'll buy that for $1. Mm, Yeah, like fuck this shit. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah, like I said, children are always creepy, especially when they're like in a setting where you don't find children normally. Yep. No, I most definitely, man. That's what I'm saying. Like we can shoot it with and without, see which one works better. And again, the way I visualized them was already deformed because they were in an accident. They were run over by a train, so it kind of makes sense that they're all fucked up. So okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Oh, I mean, we can explore that definitely. All right. Anyone else? No. Okay. Cool. Fantastic. So, I think we can call this one final draft. The Richard script. Yeah, and because everyone seems to agree with that. There's just like minor changes, like almost nothing. Uh, so yeah, let's took two drafts, dude. uh, all right. But yeah, we're gonna have another meeting for the other scripts probably next week. If y'all are available, I will send an email for you guys and if the invite. Let you know. It will probably be towards the end of next week, either Thursday or Friday. Um, um, but I'll let you all know. I have two more scripts that I need to send you guys so you can read them. And yeah, we can take your notes on those, and then we'll see next week. In the meantime, well, you have your notes for your scripts, CM, Michael, and Chopper. So work on those, and then we'll revisit those scripts in a couple of weeks. Now, just so you get a little bit excited about this, um, I was able to contact someone that is willing to give us some money, and I'm talking about 100,000 K. It's not much. I mean, and it's not for sure yet, but that will give us at least uh, $10,000 for each story. So keep that number in mind when writing your scripts, because that's pretty much what we're gonna have to work with. Uh, but it's just a little bit of good news, uh, and but yeah. So in any case, thank you guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you for everything. Keep working on your scripts, and I'll send you the invite probably this weekend. All right. All right. Bye.